Good morning, family. Welcome back to This Morning. I am Chayla Mendez, reminding you that we are about to have an amazing day together. So we want to keep it that way, keep it positive as well. And speaking of that, recently the St. Lucia Civil Service Credit Union gave out scholarships as well as bursaries to students going to the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Now, this, of course, is just a second phase of them doing their social responsibility because they had another initiative like this just recently. So, let's hear what the president had to say. And of course, we're very excited we got to hear from a student receiving a scholarship herself.
Well, I feel very honored to have received this scholarship given by the St. Lucia Civil Service Cooperative Credit Union, and I will use it to the best of my ability and try to retain it by becoming a model student and showing that through my discipline at school, the way I study and getting good grades.
Today we are awarding scholarships and bursaries for students to attend Sir Arthur Lewis or tertiary education. It is the second phase of scholarship because earlier this year we awarded scholarships for students attending secondary schools. Today we are awarding free scholarships and free bursaries, but that is added to the 8 scholarship and bursaries that are outstanding. So we have students who are in the process. So all in all, today we have the 6 awardees, which is interesting again. 5 of them are ladies and only 1 gentleman. I think I have raised that issue before, where we see the ladies, the young ladies up advancing at common entrance and now at going to A level. So it is important that parents play a role in the development of their children. But I'm worried, as I see the majority, well, 2/3 are girls, so it means that the boys are being marginalized. So parents now have to find ways to sit down with their children, especially the boys, because the girls seems to be doing very well, to help them elevate themselves, because all of us know education is the passport to a good future. We in Civil Service Credit Union take education very seriously, in that it is a way we prepare our members for future challenges. So we have allocated a certain sum of money aside every year. So take example, for these scholarships, we have put aside $140,000 just to assist. Now, what the results have shown us is that the students are doing so well that we have to give additional. Take example, the free scholars who are going to Sir Arthur Lewis. They got between 10 to 9 ones. So that says, but then those who got 8 and 7, we still feel that we should have assisted them. So in the process, we offered free bursaries as well. I think we offer a very good scholarship, so we tend to get the cream of the crop. In the common entrance, we got the top 3 who end up getting scholarship. We're talking about an average of 94.5%. Now you're talking about students getting 10 ones or 9 ones at common entrance, at CXC. So it tells you we have among the top of the students, and we are awarding them because of their academic excellence. But also we consider those who have need. That's why we offer bursaries. For their tenure at Sir Arthur Lewis, as long as they're at Sir Arthur Lewis and they're meeting their grades, they're keeping it up, we keep them in the scholarship. But then it also says that they have to evaluate themselves. What we do, we incorporate the parents in that every semester they report back to the credit union as to the performance of the student. And the students, we ask them now to remind the parents to make sure their results come in so that there's a continuity.
How great it is to wake up and just hear such good news on a morning. And congratulations to all the students who were awarded and received these scholarships and bursaries. Now, to everybody else who's getting ready, back on that school grind, getting ready for school, getting ready to study, to hit those books today, stay focused, give it your all, because you know what? The time you sacrifice now will reward you immensely in the future. So give your all, especially our young men out there. I also have a little boy, so let us change that stigma. Boys, step it up. I know I'm a female, I know I'm a girl, but I want to see everybody doing well. So let's go out there and shine today. So this one is for all our students. We'll be right back. Good morning, St. Lucia. Time to wake up, rise and shine. And of course, today is a very special day. I've been wanting to do this interview for a long while and let you know that September is also being observed as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So it's a special month again. I'm in a very special place, 2 very special people who I know so well and very dear to me. So I'd like to introduce Miss Melissa Rivers. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Great. And of course, Miss Cheryl Rennick. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. So I feel at home right here with them, and we want to let you know that there is a new foundation in town, and it is called.
Still standing with Kama.
Okay, so this is a very powerful movement and also in relation to Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So, right now, St. Lucia, it's an opportunity to listen, to connect. If anybody has a similar story, you probably be able to relate. So, Mel, I'm going to start off with you. Just tell us a little bit about the foundation.
Well, we've just recently decided to start it. It was a little touchy and hard to start before, but it was always something from the minute we found out Kamal was sick that we decided we would do. We wanted to do it with him present, so we're now doing it in his honor. So hopefully that we can help out somebody else who's going through the same situation.
Great. Now, with this, last year, if you guys remember, around this time, I touched on childhood cancer awareness, and that was because I actually found out through following Mel, and she's had her own experience with dealing with that. And I know it's really not an easy situation to go through, but it's something that somebody out there is probably experiencing. And what are you all trying to achieve with the foundation?
To be honest, we're still trying to find our way. We're talking with the persons who have the information, because when Kamal was diagnosed, the one thing we realized was it was like a shock. We didn't know of kids with cancer. So right now what we are doing is trying to get as much information so that therefore we know if there are many kids here with cancer. If not, how do we approach it? How do we assist them? What assistance do they need? It may be just emotional assistance, moral support, putting them in touch with other people, just being there for them.
And on my way coming here, and I had this discussion with my cameraman, you mainly hear about certain types of cancers, or primarily one or two, and when you start hearing about something else, it's almost like a major shock to you. And even for you going through the experience, I mean, what was it like when initially you found out about Kamal?
A shock. I never knew any child in St. Lucia who had cancer. So there was no information readily available for us. We didn't know what our next step would be. We didn't know what information to get to make the next step. So it was difficult, very difficult. So now I really want to be able to help somebody else who's going through that same situation. You know, going through it in the beginning, like I said, I knew nothing. When we took him over to the US to get treatment and proper diagnosis, they taught you everything that you needed to know. We had to go through a process of giving Kamal needles, giving him injections every single day. So that was hard, because you can imagine a 18-month-old trying to kick up a storm while you're trying to give him an injection. But you learn how to take blood pressure, you learn temperature, you learn everything that you would think you knew how to do before, but it's just in depth now. So you get a lot of information, and I know a lot of people here don't have that information. So I want to be able to share the things that I learned with it.
Now, during this time, I can only imagine how difficult it was for you, but I know you had the support. So that's why I'm going to come back to Miss Renee, because I know she's our official treasurer right now. But how important was it to ensure that you all, and everybody that loved and cared for Kamal, as well as Mel, his dad, were there to support them during that time?
Because you have a little kid who expects that you will take care of them, that you will keep their world safe. And I guess the good thing was that he wasn't in pain. It wasn't that he was screaming in pain. But it was pretty obvious, because when we did get the CT scans done, a radiologist spoke to me after having a look at it, a radiologist friend, and said, "This is so big. I have seen this in St. Lucia maybe twice, 3 times in the 10 years that I've been here." For the first 6 weeks, Melissa was here, and I was in the hospital with Gresham, his dad, and Kamal. And I mean, every single day, however many times a day doctors came in to talk to us, they always made sure we had Melissa on FaceTime. They care that the family understands, because the last thing they want is parents to be so scared they don't know what is going on. They need you to be strong, and supportive, and not fall apart.
So again, that just goes to show you how important a solid support system is, from family to friends. And I know, again, by following the posts and the movement, that you definitely had that there. So I'm also saying a special good morning to all those who were here for you all during this time as well. And right now, this Monday, we want to give you advance notice. Something very special is going to take place, and I see it as a really major movement, and it's called Paint the Town Gold for Kamar.
Yes.
So, Mel, just tell us a little bit more about that.
So like you said, everybody here knows of one or two specific cancers. Basically, everybody knows October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Not very many people know that September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And I only found that out in the hospital with Kamar in the US. So I wanted to be able to paint the town in his honor so that we can bring awareness to that disease. So I just want everybody to wear something, whether it's a shoe, a gold earring, a ribbon, whatever they have that's gold. We want everybody to be able to do that. We've partnered up with 2 other businesses, Eugenie's Delight at the airport, well, near the airport. They'll be doing lunch, and they'll be making a donation from every meal bought to the foundation, as well as All You Need. She's going to be able to make some cupcakes, and she'll also be giving some donation to the foundation from that.
So you guys can follow on social media. Just let them know the handle.
Yes, on Instagram and Facebook, you can just do @StillStandingWithKamar, and you'll get us both places.
And of course, if anybody is interested, in adding further support in whatever way they would like to, and be there, how can they further reach out or communicate?
They can reach out through the pages, the Instagram and Facebook pages. You can reach out through myself and his dad's personal pages. All of my friends are very well connected with the foundation, and I'm sure you can reach out to any one of them and they can get you whatever information that you need.
Super. And I also saw that there were points of persons people could reach out to if they wanted to get the ribbons as well for Monday.
Yes, so a friend of mine in Connecticut, she created ribbons, and she's decided that she's going to do her own movement on the 17th, and she's going to be handing out ribbons to everybody. So we decided on the 17th that we're going to randomly pop up different places and give people ribbons too.
Great. So St. Lucia, look out for it. Again, this is going to be something not only here. So let's make it major in St. Lucia, major beyond, and let's keep his memory alive. And again, this is for all those who are still fighting, all those who have won. And again, all of our fallen little angels, we know they're still shining. So go follow, keep the love up. We're going to keep this morning positive, and I'm going to keep you in the know. So next Monday, we're going to paint the town gold for Kamar. Hey St. Lucia, good morning to you. We are at Constitution Park, and today is being observed as World Suicide Prevention Day. And of course, we have our friends here over from the Department of Health, I should say Ministry of Health. And they're here, of course, raising awareness for the cause. As we discussed previously on Friday's show with Dr. Gillard, prevention is one of the better things to do. So first of all, I'd like to welcome Dr. Nassis to the show. How are you today?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Great. Well, I'm very happy to have you here and very intrigued as to what exactly is happening here today.
Okay, so we're here with the tents, displaying different activities and screenings that we do with the public. Basically, what we're doing right now, we have a patient right there in the counseling booth, and what we do, we have the different screenings on different moods, depression, anxiety, and depending on their high risk levels, we will either refer them to the helpline, which is 203. Anyone could call any time of day. The number is 203 again, and help is always available for you. We have counselors available at the mental wellness and also on the helpline to speak with you when you need.
Super. So let's talk about that. Of course, they're observing the prevention of it. So what are some of the steps when it comes to the screening? Like, kind of take us through what a screening process would be like. Because I think sometimes, too, a lot of people may be a bit shy. Mm-hmm. They feel like, okay, they're uncomfortable even at the thought that they may think they have suicidal thoughts. Mm-hmm. So what is a screening going to be like?
Okay, so the screening will be like with either the psychiatrist or a social worker or counselor, whereby we give them the different forms. We have the Beck's depression form and different screening tools with suicidal tests, where they just fill in the form and based on their answers, we will deduce, okay, whether this patient is high risk, low risk, or moderate risk for suicide. So it's not something where there is too much pressure where they feel, okay, this person think that I'm going to kill myself and I'm good. No, we try to
prejudgment of them.
exactly. So with filling the forms, it tries to keep it as objective as possible, and so hence we're able to tell
And
whether
detect
yes.
anything. So let's talk about confidentiality as well, because I feel it ties directly with, persons being afraid of prejudgment, and I guess, people even knowing that they're coming in to be tested. So how important is confidentiality for you all, and what's in place so that, persons know their information is protected?
Okay, so confidentiality is one of the utmost things that we take into consideration when it comes to our patients. When you come into the clinic, you're called by a number and not your name, because we know the stigma attached to patients when they come and visit at the mental wellness center. Also, when you're being seen with the counselor, everything is kept in-house. Your information is not broadcasted out there, so no one has to think, okay, I'm coming over to see the doctor, I'm going over to the wellness center, and then everybody's going to know about me. No, everything is kept strictly private.
Okay, great. Now, of course, I'm seeing different things posted up here, from self-soothing, emotional awareness, mindfulness. So what are these words or phrases and their significance?
Okay, so what we have, they're just coping skills, self-soothing, emotional awareness, mindfulness, opposite action, distraction, and crisis plans. There are different ways of managing with the crisis that the patient is having at the moment.
Great. Now, of course, here in St. Lucia, we still want to raise awareness that we do have the helpline, the hotline. So before we close off, let's just remind everybody who's watching right now of how to get in contact if they need help or they know somebody that needs their help.
Okay, so the helpline number is 203. You could call any service provider, digital or line, and it's available 24 hours a day. There are counselors willing and ready to help you, to speak with you throughout whatever it is that you're facing.
Great. And just from your personal experience as well, Dr. Narcis, I feel support, and I have to reiterating that support is very important. And when we think of this, we need to not only think of being individuals on it, but as a nation, because we're all walking amongst the streets amongst each other, and support is something that's very big. So what are your thoughts on that?
I do agree, because even at the wellness center it's a team effort. Apart from having the doctors, we have our counselors, we have the social workers willing to come together to work with the patients. So it's never something that is individualistic. Okay, we all come together to help with whatever, and I say whatever situation, whatever mental condition that our patients have.
And I feel like it would defeat the purpose if they come and they get professional assistance from you all, your team, and then they go home and people at home are sharing
Exactly.
them, or in the neighborhood or at work,
And which is a challenge that we're facing as well, because sometimes you have patients who are coming and there's no support at home. So that's why the reasons why the social work comes in to play. But it's also good to have that family support, that support at work as well. So it's us coming together to just help one another.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Narcis. I appreciate it. Of course, informative as always. And St. Lucia, we just want to drive the point home that this is an issue that will affect all of us. So support each other, be there, educate yourself. You can get more information. The internet is there. And of course, anybody that may need the help, the hotline is 203. This is how we here at DBS help every one of you have your morning unfold, and do it with great vibes, good energy, positive people. We're all family here together. Special good morning to everybody who stays loyal and continuously supports us. This is what we appreciate. I love it as well. It gives us the energy to just keep on going. Now, with that said, we touched on so many topics. So again, students, please go out there and shine. Everybody has their strengths. Let me tell you, between you and I sucked at accounts. I hated it and I still hate it today. Power to everybody who's really good in accounting, but it's all about finding what you love, what you can do. So go out there and make every moment shine. And young men, boys, I have a young boy myself. I want to see y'all step up. I know I'm female, happy for that, girl power, all that good stuff. But guys, step it up. Let's change the stigma, change what everybody's saying about our males. I know we have some amazing young men coming up. So everybody, guys, girls, go out, focus today, find your niche, go out and just shine, okay? Now, we also touched on childhood cancer awareness. I want to say a special good morning to everybody who is part of the foundation Stand with Kamar. Again, look out for the activity coming up for Monday the 17th. Paint the town gold for Kamar. And last but not least, suicide prevention. It is a social issue. Let us be kinder to one another. So I'm challenging you today. Do something to help somebody, and also smile. Say good day, good morning, good night, whatever it is. That's all it takes. Let's look out for one another and have an amazing day. We'll see you tomorrow.